Hello friends, welcome back to another video. My name is Laura. Today we're going to do a little bit of a Q&A. I asked you on my Instagram if you had any questions for me since it's been a while since we have done a Q&A. It's been probably almost a year since we've done one. So a lot has happened in the last year, as everyone knows. So I figured it's a good time to do a new one. So I asked you and you asked me and I have answers. Yeah. The first question isn't actually a question anybody asked, but if you're wondering where my plant went, it died. I overwatered it and it got really sad and it died. So good for me. Alright, so let's start from the beginning. If you're new here, my name is Laura Jackson. I moved to Oregon with my husband about 6 months ago. We moved here from Southern California. We are ex-Disney cast members. My ring light's going crazy. We are ex-Disney cast members and we had moved to Southern California to work at Disney. Eventually both found other jobs and were living there. We lived down in Southern California for about 6 years, 5 or 6 years, and recently moved, like I said, up here to Oregon this past October. That is kind of who we are. It's just the two of us and our dog and our cat. We bought a house and we're both working from home and exploring our new state. So that is kind of what this channel is all about. So let's get into it. The first question I got was, what are your upcoming travel plans? That is a very good question. We have some fun things coming up. As most of you know, we do a family vacation with my mom and her husband every year. Last year we did Alaska. This year we were going to do Alaska again, but we kind of waited a little too long and it got really expensive. Our plan B was Hawaii. Same thing. It's really expensive to travel places right now because now everyone wants to travel. So Hawaii was way too expensive. So this year we are going to keep it a little bit lower key and we're going to Yosemite. Yosemite is a place that we went growing up and we would always get a house there, a cabin there. It's a place that holds a very special place in my heart. I'm super pumped to spend a week just chilling out in Yosemite, and we don't have any plans. We've been to Yosemite multiple times, so it'll be nice to go someplace that we don't have to research and we can just kind of like go to. I am also traveling to Palm Springs for my sister's birthday. Anything else? I feel like there's something else. Can you stop flickering? Shh, it's gonna be okay. Next question. I saw your Facebook post of you in the hospital as a kid. Would you be willing to share your story? And absolutely, I am willing to share my story. I'll share a little bit of it now, but I am planning on doing a full video with my mom, kind of sharing our entire story. But basically, the cut and dry, when I was 1, was it 1? I think starting around the age of 1, see, this is why I need my mom with me to tell the whole thing. I started getting bladder infections, I think weekly, and I had to go to the hospitals weekly to get antibiotics and everything. And when they found out I have what's called sacral agenesis. What it did affect was my bladder control. They told my mom before I was the age of walking that I wouldn't walk. So to control the bladder infections, they put what's called a vesicostomy in me, which is a hole that I urinated from for 12 years. So I wore pull-ups for 12 years. And then the pictures that you saw of me in Boston was getting complete urinary tract reconstruction surgery. So now I don't have to wear pull-ups. Now I am somewhat normal. I always take pride in the fact that people say we're all the same on the inside, but I'm definitely not the same on the inside as everyone. There's a lot to the story. There's a lot more, but basically the post that you saw, I think that was yesterday. So the 25th, May 25th, was the 19-year anniversary of me getting a whole new bladder, basically, and getting my entire urinary tract reconstructed. And now I'm normal-ish and here. But yeah, keep a lookout for that video. I want to film it with my mom because, again, she can tell a lot of it a lot better than I do. And we also have a whole presentation that we do to hospitals and healthcare organizations and residents. I kind of want to put that in video format and share it with all of you because it's my life and it's a huge part of my life. It is something that I've been wanting to share with you guys, but I just haven't found the right time. That's what that Facebook post was. Let's go to a kind of a fun, silly one. What is your favorite pair of shoes? Actually, let me grab them. I forgot. I was gonna grab them. Okay, I'm back. Okay, favorite pair of shoes. So when I'm not like a big shoe or fashion person, I wear t-shirts and yoga pants all day and slippers. But when we moved down here and we got a backyard, I quickly realized that I needed like slip-on shoes. So I did get like fake Birkenstocks, which are super cute, and I just slipped those on to go outside. And then I went to Mart, which is a local store, and I found these gardening shoes. These little clogs. They are so cute. Oh, I think I was showing them to you upside down. But look at them. They are so cute. And now I just slip them on before going outside. They remind me of my Grammy, who loves to garden as well. And she always has like 2 pairs of gardening clogs by her back doors. That's why I love them so much, but also they're just so easy to just slip on to go outside, and they're super cute. Okay, next question. What do you miss most about Disneyland? Oh, jeez. So I'm going to be really honest with you guys and let you know that I'm having a harder time than I thought I would with Disneyland opening and us not being there. And I know that even if we lived close, we wouldn't be going the same amount as we were before because they don't have annual passes right now. But I'm still having a really hard time with it. It is getting better. When it first opened, I could not look at any social media. Sorry, friends that posted stuff. I'm very happy for you. But I probably liked your pictures and stuff, but I couldn't look at them without being sad. Now I can kind of look at pictures and videos. I still feel like I can't listen to a video of the sounds of like Disneyland. I can't do it. It makes me too sad. What I do miss the most is just random park trips. And it's funny because Tess asked me this question, and she and I would go to the parks every once in a while, like on a Saturday, just randomly. And she and I always went like park openings. So we'd get up early, we'd get all done up, and we'd go to the parks. And I think those were my favorite days at the parks, were like the spontaneous ones. Towards the end of us like living there and before COVID, we actually did not go to the parks very often. It was mostly when we had friends and family come visit is when we actually went to the parks. So we were only going like, I don't know, every couple months or so. But then sometimes there were those days where we would just randomly go. I think that's what I miss the most, is just being there with our friends. And then like random date nights. So I think that's what I just miss, being there with friends and family and just being able to go whenever we wanted to. Next question, kind of related, is what do you miss about working at Disneyland? And that is definitely making the magic. I miss my job specifically. I don't miss the hours, the lack of hours, the lack of survivability pay, but I do miss the actual job and the kids. Those of you that don't know, I was a fairy godmother in training at Disneyland, and we transformed little boys and girls into princesses and princes and knights. It was the best. Just like making magic and talking to the kids was just so much fun, and getting to learn all about them and their families. And I mean, I felt like I was on Kids Say the Darndest Thing every single day. And then just seeing the light in their eyes and the magic through their eyes too, I think was the best part. So I've always said that if Cameron could support both us in Southern California, I would go back in a heartbeat and just work like on call in the boutique. I love that. So yeah, that's what I miss. I miss making the magic. And we did go to Disneyland a lot when I was a kid. And people would always ask me when I started working there, was like, has it changed? Has the magic, like, is it worse for you? But it wasn't worse, it was just different, because making the magic has its own kind of magic. It was pretty great. I'm glad we had that time, but now I'm glad I have my weekends and my holidays. I need water. You're gonna stand here, or you're gonna be up ahead? Why don't you go out? Go on. Go on and get. Okay, well, don't be up ahead. Next question. What is your favorite food to make? That is a very good question. I love making the zuppa toscana. I think you guys have seen me make it so many times. But I will tell you a story of one time Cameron and I were in Target. And cat, stop. You want to come up? Come up. This is Chips. Cameron and I were in Target, and this was when we were dating back in Turlock. We're trying to figure out what we wanted for dinner, so what we did, we were like looking through the cookbooks just to like get an idea, and we found a Pioneer Woman cookbook, and we found a recipe for blue cheese steak. It's steak with like a blue cheese onion cream sauce on top. Oh my god, it's so good. And then we also found a recipe for her twice baked potatoes. So that night when we just took pictures of them, they're all on her blog, they're all online, so like you can get them there too. Made it that night and it was so good, and now that's actually what we make for like our special occasions. Usually our wedding anniversary we'll make it, or for celebrating something we will make it, and it's so good. Next question. How long did it take you to curl your hair when it was long? What about now? Love it short. Thanks. So when it was long, it took about half hour, 45 minutes or so. Yeah, it took I've got some hair. Can you decide what you want to do? You want to come up here? Come up here. But don't be annoying. And now it takes 10-15 minutes. I'm still trying to figure out, as you can see, like my bangs are still short, so I'm still trying to figure those out. It's day 3 hair, so it needs to be washed. And so that's why it's like, I feel like it's kind of funky right now. Up or down? I feel like that was very chaotic. Go ahead, you can open the door. There you go. But yeah, when it was long, it was 30 to 45 minutes, and now it's, I would say 15 to 20. I'm still trying to figure it out because, yeah, so. But thank you. I'm glad you like it. I'm still getting used to it. Hey, where are we? Current favorite coffee order. And I did get this question in the last Q&A. It's funny because I answered it saying like I don't really have one. But I was excited to come here because there's a bunch of little coffee shops. And I still don't have one. So there is that. But we do have so many little coffee shops. One of them that we go to that we actually get like the punch cards for, they have really good coffee. It's just a little drive-through place that's like connected to an oil change. And so, yeah, it's delicious. At that coffee shop, Cameron they have a Snickers, and it has like just the Snickers flavor. I've gotten that a couple times. It's really sweet though, but I'll get that if I have like an afternoon coffee. It's really good iced. It's almost like chocolate milk iced, but just caffeinated. I'm trying a new place out. It'll be a vanilla latte. That's like my baseline. Or if they have something that's like unique, like the Snickers. Okay, next question. What is your favorite part of Oregon? I like our house. I like that we have a backyard that we have put a lot of work into and are thoroughly enjoying it. I also like the fresh air here, especially during the rain. I like that it rains a lot, and the fact that there is a forest 30 minutes away, like a straight up forest, not just like, oh, some trees. Like, no, like there's snow half hour away, and it's pretty cool. I think that's my favorite part, is just all the nature and the fresh air. Now, what restaurant do you miss from the OC? Let me tell you, I miss Mexican food. We still haven't found like a good like sit down Mexican restaurant. And there was a restaurant in Old Town Orange called Avila's, and it's built in an old church, and it's a beautiful restaurant and it's delicious. We went there for my birthday a couple years, and it's so good. And I think I miss Avila's the most, and I just also miss like good Mexican food in general. Yeah, that's what I miss. Okay, what is your favorite song from the Tangled series? Tess and I are watching through the Tangled series right now. Let me tell you, if you have not watched that, you are missing out. We're, I think, about halfway through the 2nd season. There's 3 seasons, and they're really long seasons. And it is a ride. It is like almost, I feel like the storytelling is almost like Marvel level storytelling. It's so good and the animation is beautiful. There are a couple things that we laugh at because it's like for kids, like there's one really, really dramatic episode and then the next episode's almost like a filler, kind of like silly episode, and we're just like, wait a second, you almost just like killed everyone and then we're just gonna go be like silly. But then I was like, oh, the show's actually for kids, so they probably need a bit of a break. And there's randomly musical numbers. I would say, and I don't know any of the names, Tess is the one that like has downloaded the soundtrack and knows the names of the songs, but the one that Cassandra sang, but she sings the song about she's just trying her best and she wants to be in the spotlight, but she just never is. And talking about how everyone always gets the glory, but she works so hard at what she does and she's so good at what she does, but she just never gets recognized for it. And not in like a, oh, no one notices me, but like in a straight up, everything she does, she just gets overshadowed. And it was a beautiful song, and it was like Elsa level at the end. It was like Idina Menzel singing like at the very end of the song. It was so beautiful. So that song, I don't know the name of it or anything Variant sings, which is Jordan Johnson. He's a Broadway guy. Varian. He's played by Jeremy Jordan. That's who it is. Jeremy Jordan was in like the Newsies, and I feel like he was on a couple things on Broadway too. It's not in his IMDb. I don't think it would be in his IMDb. Oh my gosh, that guy has a beautiful voice. He has an amazing voice. So yeah, anything that Varian sings or that song that Cassandra sang when we watched on Monday. Thanks for watching. I feel super awkward now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for asking questions. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, I can't sit up that straight for that long. Thing. Welcome back. Yeah. Okay. And cat, you're blocking my. That's probably too